legislature now. Those are bogus arguments. They're not even worth mentioning, but I thought I would because Senator Karpacek can take it because he and I deal with each other in that fashion. Senator Scheer had asked where the number of board members made any kind of difference or something like that. Senator Scheer, that 12-member board, said we want to hurry up and elect and select a superintendent before the election because we're the ones who can better decide how to keep what OPS is doing going. And that's what they did. And that person right now has to go to school to get his doctorate, so the interim superintendent has to stay on for a longer period of time because the current board, or the ones who were there before this last election, said we want to select the superintendent before the election. You think that's responsible? Fine. Somebody could say, well, that doesn't have anything to do with student achievement. Let them do what they want to. It has a lot to do with it, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about it during the session, and I don't want you to get up and walk out when I start telling you how bad things really are. But let me go on. I've had people in my district, my community, who I would try to encourage to run for the school board. And you know what they'd say? I don't want to have to fight 11 of them. Because they know how the school board operates. You don't. You're not going to take my word for it. Then go get a house in Omaha and find out. But to sit here and raise all these bogus arguments make me tired. I am 75 years old. I'm an old man. Old people are entitled to have moods, to be crotchety, to be cranky. I'm going to make use of those prerogatives on occasion. Now, when they were hiring a new superintendent, and she came from Iowa, and she had some sexually explicit emails that she exchanged with her lover on school equipment, word came out about it, and the school board said, well, we can't go on with this. The president was named Freddie Gray. The lawyer, Iman Kokerda, working for Baird Home. They told an outright lie to the public. They were asked by a World Herald reporter, did you all have contact with this woman about this issue before it became public? They said, no, why should we? So you know what the superintendent did, the one who was taking the blame, having it shifted to her? She let go a raft of emails between the school board president, the lawyer, and her before it became public. Out and out lies. And the World Herald even called back attention to it in a recent editorial that they withheld information from the board. And that's kind of ironic because I have an article here dated December 4th where it says state overpaid OPS by $6.3 million last year because they double billed the state. That board you think is great. I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs. The Education Department notified OPS of the error in August, but board members were only recently told, quote, for the board not to get that information until we were presented it with our audit is not acceptable, said Freddie Gray. It was not acceptable that she not be given information about this double billing in a timely fashion, but it was acceptable for her and the lawyer to completely withhold from the board information that they needed to make a decision about the suitability of a superintendent. This issue, take it this way if you can understand it. There is so much bureaucratic red tape right now in OPS that there are principals who have some things going and they can't even give interviews about it because the superintendent had said it will make the other principals look bad, so you are prohibited from talking to the media about the work that you're doing. That's OPS. The board goes along with it. You all don't know, but do what you want to do. And if you do something that hurt the people I represent, I promise you I will get my pound of flesh from each and every one of the perpetrators. Take it or leave it. Like it or lump it. This is serious, and I mean business. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Chambers. Senators in the queue, Marante, Smith,